You're watching Study with Sudhir, your digital classroom. My name is T.S. Sudhir. It's a double whammy for many students of CBSE Class 10 and Class 12 of the 2020 batch. The first blow came in July when the results of the CBSE Class 10 and 12 were announced and many students failed in at least one subject in those board examinations. The second blow has now come almost 3 weeks later, with the CBSE making it clear in a 2-page note that it has no intention to do away with the compartment examinations that these students who have failed in at least one subject will have to take, and that it will definitely conduct those compartment examinations as soon as the situation is conducive, quote unquote. Now 1.5 lakh students of class 10 and 87,000 odd students of class 12 have secured a compartment in at least one subject. Now these students have been opposing these examinations, saying that it is not safe for them in the present COVID-19 pandemic circumstances, and want the CBSE to cancel these proposed compartment examinations, award them grace marks in order to enable them to pass the examination so that they can thereby secure admission to either class 11 or to college. Now, a public interest litigation was also filed in the Supreme Court. The prayer said that either cancel the examinations or provisionally pass students for the moment so that they can apply for the next year and conduct the examination whenever the pandemic situation is kind of under control. The point made was that to conduct examinations now is to put the lives of thousands of these students at risk. Now, the other point which was also made is that even if the CBSE conducts the examination, it won't be before September 2020, which means the results will be only in October, by which time the admissions to colleges would be more or less over. So what would those students do with those marks that they would secure maybe in the month of October 2020? Now we need to look at 7 points out here. The first point is, why is the CBSE so adamant about the compartment examinations when it itself cancelled the main examinations pending papers in the month of June 2020? If the situation was not conducive to conduct those pending papers in the month of July, in the first 2 weeks of July as it was originally scheduled, how can it be deemed to be conducive in the month of September when cases right now are close to almost 50,000 every day in India? Point number 2, is it fair to risk a student's life and by extension his family's life for the sake of 2 to 3 to 4 marks? Is it really fair? Is it even worth it? Point number 3, CBSE in its note says that in case the compartment examination is not conducted, the future of a large number of candidates will be adversely affected. I am quoting from the note, and therefore representations for not conducting the examination cannot be entertained. Now I find that as a bit of a strange argument, because even if you conduct the examination, as I said, and announce the result in October, will any college or school give them admission in the month of October? So what kind of future are you really talking about? Point number 4, in response to the request that provisional admission be granted to all these students who have secured a compartment in at least one subject and therefore have to give the examination, the CBSE says that it is against the examination bylaws and does not fall under the CBSE's ambit. By the same yardstick, can't one argue that the averaging formula that the CBSE and the ICSE Council as well employed to calculate the marks of students for papers which are actually not even conducted was also against the manner in which a fair assessment of students in board examinations ought to be done? If that was fair, even this should be deemed to be fair. Point number 5, is every board in the country following the same principle that the CBSE is saying it will adopt? No. Let's take the example of Telangana. Telangana, for instance, has decided to award grace marks and pass every student who had secured a compartment in the state board examinations. Let's take the example of Bihar. Bihar's education minister has said holding compartment examinations in the next 2 to 3 months seems unlikely and therefore has done the same as Telangana. Point number 6, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had tweeted after the CBSE Class 10 and Class 12 results, and you can go and check out his Twitter timeline, in which Prime Minister Modi had a message for those students who were not happy with their results. What did he say? He said that one exam does not define who you are. Each of you is blessed with numerous talents. Live life to the fullest. Never lose hope. Always look ahead. You will do wonders. So a very motivational kind of a message in his tweet. Is the CBSE following what Prime Minister Modi said? No, it's not allowing these 2,30,000 odd students to look ahead. They are stuck in that compartment without a ticket to go ahead in life. The final point, if you go to the CBSE website, and I have been finding this extremely ironical, if you go to the website, you will get a banner link that guides you to Manodarpan, a very nice sounding word. That is the Education Ministry's initiative for psychosocial support for mental health and well-being of students during the COVID outbreak and beyond. The question is whether the ministry and the CBSE by extension are practicing what they are preaching, because the CBSE's decision to definitely conduct these compartment examinations despite the COVID-19 situation, despite the rising numbers, despite whatever the students are saying in their petitions, is only adding to the anxiety of these students and their parents. As it is, they are unhappy about the fact, disheartened about the fact that they have secured a compartment. It could be that they did not do the examination very well. It could very well because the marking was not really appropriately done. The situation is they have landed with the compartment, and now they are being told that you have to clear this compartment examinations or else the future looks bleak, completely contrary to the message given by the Prime Minister. So I just hope those of you who are listening will pay heed to some of these points and think of the students, think of the future of the students, think of the welfare of these young citizens of India. Thank you very much for watching.